I don't think I can stress this anymore. So the answer to your question, whatever it was, is let go of the pain. Move on. Hi, my name's Dee. Welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now, this is a general reading for Gemini Sun, Scorpio Moon and Rising. It's Scorpio season, hence the Scorpio Moon and Rising videos I've been doing. Being a general reading, roles can be reversed, time's not absolute, it's rather relative, and soon can also be quite a relative term in this. But with any of my readings, I like my client to come to me with a question. I don't want to know what it is, but take a moment, pause the video if you have to, focus on all of the questions that are, well, be aware of all of the questions that are around you right now. Focus on one of them. The cards will answer whichever question they please to answer, and not what you and I necessarily focus on, but focus on one of them, energy in, energy out, and hopefully you will make more sense of the reading that way. So when this reading is performed is in the video title. It's relevant whenever you come and see it, to be quite honest. Hope theoretically this is November 2019. If you see it in 20 years time, if you've been led to it, hey, if you find it in 20 years time, then it probably is really useful for you, because it'll be a bit obscure by that point. So let me just swap round to the cards. I've pre-shuffled. You'll see my shuffle video shortly. And the main energy of the reading seems to be the Nine of Pentacles, being secure in your own space and in your own, being alone in your own power. There is a wonderful sense of independence and groundedness in this card, which I think that groundedness could be quite new. We have Seven of Cups, High Priestess, Six of Cups. There's a sort of a guide to the reading. So you've had plenty of options, but you're in the process of looking within at the moment, and you're going to be thrust into a role of guiding people. I'm not getting the normal family vibe from that. I'm feeling that this out of the Druidcraft Tarot is, if I can pick it up, the gentleman overlooking the two children who are outside playing and counting, he's guiding them. He's not necessarily a parent. I get that sense of affection, but it's not a parental feeling that I'm getting from him. And this is clarified by one of the oracle cards that popped out, popped the right way up, so to speak, during my shuffle, making a difference. My inner light shines far and wide. The other two oracle cards that came up, because being Gemini, I asked for one oracle card and several decks gave me two. That's you being Gemini, not me. I'm a Pisces. Hunger and pleasure, which, let me come back. And in a moment, you should see my shuffle video appear here. So, hunger and pleasure. Let's just have a look at the bottom of the decks, which I'll just shufty them slightly into shot. We have the Three of Cups, the Lovers, Judgment, moving into the Sun, Success, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, you've been quite happy being on your own. You're quite happy being on your own right now, but it's not like you haven't had lots of options in the past. And I get the distinct impression that it's not like you haven't taken up advantage of lots of options in the past. So I'm feeling that that is applying to both projects and people. So I think that either you may have played away from home when you had a home to speak of at the time. I think you may have had several homes. And I think that Of course, this could be somebody around you that they were playing away from home, and you've still had several homes. You know that bit doesn't. But events have caught up, and you've gone, enough. I'm not doing this anymore, and you have been concentrating most recently on yourself. So sorry, cards are all different sizes, so they're spinning like mad. Yeah, you've been concentrating on yourself, but there's somebody new turning up, or something new, because that High Priestess is showing you a new path to move forward on. And I don't think it's a choice that you've always had there, but you've not wanted to take advantage of it. And now you've gone, right, no, it's time now. It's time I got started on this. Let me explain the layout: a relevant past, the present-ish, recent present, about to arrive present, but present. A future to grab hold of or to avoid, because what's the point in prophecy if it ain't worth something, if it doesn't have a use? These four piles at the bottom are the movement of the planets, for example, lessons or energetic currents that you are going to pass through. And then lifted out the Celtic cross, plus this massive pile of oracle cards and the clarification cards. You've had plenty of time having fun. And now it's time to go, no, I want more. I want more. And more isn't more of the same. More is something that is more fulfilling. The situation that you're in at the moment, yes, this idea that has been around for a while, that I just mentioned, the one where you went, well, maybe I should get on with this now. Someone else has recently presented it to you and said, how about this? Because there is luck that has come your way, as if you've had the opportunity to suddenly do something that you've always wanted to do. And despite what the history, the bottom of the deck's cards are, I want to say something rather than someone you've always wanted to do. It's more than just a relationship going on here. But there is you really are redefining yourself at the moment with standing in your own power. And yeah, you've had fun with certain battles that you've been fighting in the past, whereas you're wanting to bring them to a close now. There is still, there's a devil card here. So if you've watched any of my other videos, you know I like to clarify a devil card. So how is the devil in your way at the moment? Because I don't feel that negative about the devil card here, but it does appear to be in your way. It's almost as if you've carved out a certain perch for you in life, and you now feel yourself called to move, and there's a natural inertia where you don't, as much as you want to, you don't really want to. And those battles that you have been fighting in the past, they're still there. Even though you're wanting, you have sort of tried to make the effort to step to one side, those battles are still there. They're not going anywhere yet. You haven't done enough just to get rid of them out of your life. That should soon be changing. 6 of Wands, victory. That should be in the process of changing right now. There's, like I said, with all those, that 9 of Pentacles and that 9 of Pentacles that I found, there is a, no, I'm here, this is me, this is my space, this is my bit, this is my job, my task, my baby, my project. And that is going to be recognized as long as you take the choice to grab it. Because there is a point where you might be feeling that you're not communicating as well as you would like with somebody that's around you, even though somebody else has come to you and said, right, come on, it's time now. Here, how about this idea? How about this opportunity? You've got the strength to do it. But I think because of the circumstances that are around you at the moment, you've been, that sounds harsh, but I can't think of another way to say it. You've been playing a little bit of a poor me role when you have a lot more power than what you've been letting on and a lot more ability than what you've been letting on. But that may well have been for you to walk away, definitely from all that conflict that I see going, is sort of still around. And I haven't looked at the past cards yet, so I don't know if it's referenced there, but it really feels like it's an old argument, an old rivalry, an old conflict that is just still there. And I think you need to take that step to go, no, by setting on this new path, you are taking the step to say no more, because you're busy defining your own power, your own independence right now. And so you need to lay down and say, right, that's it, no more. But it's by taking that step that you get rid of the conflict. You won't get rid of the conflict before you take that step. But choices are still around you, and there is love coming in here. There is an influence of love coming in here, and there is an influence of an ex-lover who is not very, very communicative. If this is referring to a work situation, then you're moving on to a new project, you're moving on to a new job, you're moving on to a new way of doing things where someone's nose is being put out of joint, but it doesn't rightly matter because you're not working that closely with them anymore. So hey ho. You're playing that poor me role because you're feeling more than a little defensive when you don't necessarily have need to. You just still seem to be carrying a pain of something that is from the past. So let me have a look at the relevant past. So this could be near, this could be distant, but this is what's helping define your actions right now. You took a burden on in the past where you had a burden in the past where your insight eventually told you to walk away, even though it had been a whole new dream for you and you had looked like you was going to achieve victory in it. So a job that you was going to be good at, a relationship that was going to work. But change happened after you listened to that insight of yours, because two high priestesses there. Change happened where you were forced to cut something or somebody out, and you spend a little bit of time going, is this new option that I'm heading for everything that I want it to be? It was fertile, it was a good new direction, but did you maybe go a little overboard with cutting things out at the time? Because this is a King of Swords out of the Santa Muerte deck, and he seems a little chop happy with that machete in his hand. That's not a phrase I've used before, chop happy, but I think you get the picture. Right, so here we have the, okay, so this, you exploring all your options, which you were having a whale of a time with, led to at least one relationship that in the end didn't seem quite as fruitful as you wanted it to be. It was hard going. It was slow progress. You was finding that the other person, bear in mind, this can be a project, but here a person was not as cooperative as you would hope from a partner. And when I say cooperative, that sounds really bad, but there's not enough teamwork. There's not enough pulling in the same direction. That's what I mean. Cooperative, just, no, that sounds icky in today's Me Too climate. But there wasn't enough teamwork. There wasn't enough pulling together. There was the other person going, yeah, I'm doing this. And you're going, well, yeah, but I'm over here doing it. And you was wanting to involve them, and that involvement wasn't required. So I think that's something that, yes, you made a choice to put to one side. You let that fall to pieces. So if this is a work project, this is something that you let slip because you knew it was going to fail, because people weren't pulling in the right direction. And you were worse off for it financially, materially, whether that's a relationship or a project. But things change fast. Things had changed fast around you, even though it really hurt. And I don't think that hurt. I think that three of swords here is the same three of swords as here. It's something that you haven't fully come to terms with. There's with this nine of coins, or rather this nine of coins that was in here, there's a very, very defiant feel to it. Whereas this one feels a lot nicer for the overall energy. It's as if you're faking it till you make it. You're making it come true, because here, the nine of coins, Khaleesi in one of the gardens in that southern city where she's freed all the slaves, can't remember the name of it. She's still planning, she's still plotting. She's only halfway to what she's wanting to accomplish there. So bear in mind that this pain can be skewing your perceptions of the situation around you at the moment. But a whole new beginning is opening for you. So that person that bought you the new idea, which your recognition was, yeah, I've always wanted to do that, it's time now. Work on that, because it is a good idea for you to go to where you're going to be defining your power. Do not be stubborn and stick to the pain of the recent events, because there is teamwork and camaraderie around you. There is someone who will be pulling in the same direction as you this time, which wasn't there beforehand. I mean, basically, world's your oyster. And yeah, you don't know all the ins and outs of it, but the skill is there. You've taken all the precautions that you already need to with your busy faking it till you make it on the independence lark. But it's time for you to grow. And again, declare your power. It's another emperor. So, the Queen of Swords, but sat on the Iron Throne. And I'm feeling with this, it's the yes, I've got here now. Because there's a lot of stubborn energy leading up towards that. There's certain things that you need to cut out, like that pain. You have to make the effort to cut that pain out. It's over. It doesn't matter. It's not going to happen again. New people, new circumstance, new project, new problems, not the old problems. Not that I'm seeing any problems yet, but it's life. There will be problems. But they won't be the same ones as before unless you make them. Luck is working on your side. You've just got to make sure you don't move too fast and that you are very, very aware of everything that's going on around you. We've got another Three of Cups here. So Three of Cups in this pile, moving into the Three of Cups here. And another moon as well. So, but whereas the moon can be... Whereas the moon can be deception, things hiding in the shadows, you should be looking in those shadows as much as it within yourself as in the world around you, because you will find facts out fast. You've got to be able to pay attention to them. Two of Swords here, but in the Shapeshifter Tarot, it is a snake wandering along to what looks like a face buried in some rock, or someone has dropped their face, hence Shapeshifter Tarot. There is an energy that is rising, because remember, serpents can be wisdom. There is an energy that is rising that you just need to keep that balance with. And that's another thing that the Moon card is often about. Balancing duality, light and dark, tame and wild with the dog and the wolf. How that you are taking what you have learned and projecting it out into the world by the fact that the moon reflects the sunlight. You're going into this guardian role, this guiding role. So if someone has said, come and help me work as a trainer or as a teacher or as looking after young people or all those sort of things, that's ideal at the minute. But some way you are guiding, steering, and to a certain extent protecting others who are younger than you. There is a lot of commitment, a lot of, well, Four of Wands, happy marriage. You know, there's a lot of commitment on offer for you, as long as you are looking after your own inner light. Because this is movement that you are going to have to make within yourself to achieve the wish fulfillment, to get the best out of this situation. There's good stuff coming your way as long as you are doing all this work within it. Yes, again, another hermit clarified by a hermit. Now this feels like another option. It's like there's a sorrow for what has gone, but a whole new beginning. Don't be too defensive, too trying to protect everything that you have now, when a lot of what you have now is related to those Three of Swords. It's related to that old pain. Get rid of the stuff in your life that's related to that old pain. Well, not that old by the looks of it, but it's already happened. You're still feeling it. You haven't got rid of it yet. Get rid. You know, if there's material objects that are associated with this, get rid of them. If it is a place, stop going there. If it is a person, stop having anything to do with them. Get rid of the source of that old pain. Because there is change coming upon you from on high, divine guidance, you know, spirit, the designers, whatever you want to call them. They're moving things around and they are protecting what is yours. You don't need to be protecting what is yours. You just need to find the balance and be able to forge ahead in this new direction. Get rid of that old pain. Because I'm saying you're faking it till you're making it. You're feeling quite victorious at that at the moment. But you're not fully there. But you're right to do the victory parade, because that is part of the faking it till you make it. But there's still inner work for you to work on. And there's still a lot of examining of your own social circle, people that you have around you, to find where the gems are and where the distractions are. There's some people around you that should be becoming more prominent in your life, and there's other people that should be stepping back. And you may find it a little hard to get them to step back, but focus on this dream that's very recently been presented to you, saying, why don't you do this? Because the world is shaping itself round to make that look like an attractive option. Everything is going to work if you take that path. Don't let your old pain prevent you from taking that path. Yeah, you're going to have to change things, and the change will be quite fast. But let's face it, you starting this whole new independence lark has been quite a fast change anyway, hasn't it? People recognize the decisions that you're having to make and that you have made. There are people, 3 judgment cards all in one pile. 3. I need to twist my, I don't know, do it like that. 3. Can I emphasize this anymore? There are 3 judgment cards here. With 2 fools and an 8 of wands. Everyone who counts is well aware of the changes that you are going through and that you are needing to go through more change. Crack on with it. Let go of that old pain, because it's almost like you don't want to grab this new dream that's come to you, and it's not new. The option to do it is new, but the dream itself is something that you have thought about on and off for years. And you have the strength and the resources and the enthusiasm and the willingness to help others around you to accomplish this. Yes, the sun will be shining on you for during this, and the conflict is going to be a lot less than what you think it is, as long as you take that step to let go of that pain. I don't think I can stress this anymore. So the answer to your question, whatever it was, is let go of the pain. Move on. It is time, or it will be obvious when it's time, and that's still quite close, when you need to step forward. Be aware that there's some things that you don't know about, which is a good thing. You know what I was saying about divine guidance, people move, spirit moving things around for you to come into the right place. Excuse me. Fertile time, hard work to achieve it. It is a path, a choice that only you can step on, but onward and upward. You've declared your independence, and you're feeling that independence will come more and more and more, because at the minute you've declared it, you've been successful, but you're also faking it because you're not sure you entirely feel it right now. But by faking it, you are making it. Onward and upward, that is not your destination. That is a stopover point for you to gather everything back. So let's just have a look at the oracle cards. Okay, the Angel of Wisdom. Wisdom comes from the depths of my experience. Right, you certainly know what you don't want. And when it comes to that pain, nothing will come of this situation, but remember that nothing yet is set in stone. So you have to grab this opportunity and grab it now. You have to go into the unknown and follow. It says follow the leader here. Whoever presented this idea to you, this opportunity to you, that is something that you have considered doing in the past, follow them. Use your judgment. It will bring balance. It will bring reward. Believe. Stand up for what you believe is right. That pain, the cause of it was not right. And so you need to stand up for what is right, not nurse the pain. A little bit of optimism will actually bring abundance in. Get yourself grounded, and this entire situation will blossom. This is a really, really good course for you to go on. I cannot stress enough that this is something that you've wanted to do for a while, that the opportunity has sprung up. Do it, do it, do it. Let go of the pain and do it. Right, so if you would be so kind, click subscribe below. I'm new. And also it means that you get to hear about when I next release videos, and keep checking back. There will be more. Cheers. Oh, and if I didn't mention, let go of the pain and do it.